Amit Gopal, who is a financial consultant in a firm called Mercer. So, Amit, why don't you give us a brief synopsis of your career and your main motive to choose your career path so far?
Sure. So, hi, Johan. Great to connect with you. Uh, Good that you're all doing good at in these difficult times. I've been working in the financial services and the financial market space for over 20 years now. I started way back in 1997 in a firm based in Chennai, which is primarily into fixed income securities trading and broking. And prior to that, I was doing my MBA in Pondicherry. And after a very short span in the firm in Chennai, I moved to Bangalore, where pretty much co-founded along with the then promoters a firm called India Life. Worked there for a good 18 years in the financial services space before we got acquired by Mercer a couple of years back. And so all through, I've been in financial services and in financial consulting. I chose this area because when I was studying, I always liked economics, not because of the subject itself, but maybe because I had great teachers in economics. And they sort of gave me a good grounding in economics. And later on, when I started to study accounting, I found that a good mix of accounting and economics comes through when you work in the market space. But I must confess that I didn't go straight to wanting to be in the space. In school, I always wanted to be in the advertising business. So I meandered all through and then finally landed up in this space. So it's a combination of, I think, choice and a little bit of interest that got me.
All right. So, how do you feel that startups and technology may impact your line of work in the future?
I think technology is a heavy influencer and an impactor in all businesses and in as much in our business as well. Very early on, I realized that technology was a great way to increase productivity, and that I'm talking about when I started working. Because I remember that the first day I joined the company that I worked in Chennai, they were doing a lot of computation using books, and I was a new MBA graduate. I was familiar with basic tools like Excel, and in the very first hour, I was able to, improve productivity of that operation that we were doing, some computation operation, significantly by putting everything into an Excel sheet, and everybody was zapped. So it has been so in early on it was more about productivity controls, being able to do more things faster and so on and so forth. But of late, I think over the last few years, it's also become an enabler in terms of being able to reach out to clients and stakeholders. So I don't talk about the COVID period, but even prior to COVID period, we use technology to reach out to clients, to engage with clients, to engage with other kinds of stakeholders. So I think in that sense, technology and what startups bring with them will definitely be they will be an enabler. They will also they have the potential to be disruptors.
All right. So, what guidance do you have for a student, or say what guidance do you have for him to work in your field? What guidance would you give him?
Okay. So early on as a kid, when I was studying in school, I used to hate numbers. I used to run away from math. I used to run away from stats. It's a joke, that a lot of people, my friends tell me you hated math, stats, and all that. I think, excuse me. I think one thing good to do is not. I don't say fall in love with numbers, but I think don't run away from it. It's not a bad thing, which is one part of it. And my other guidance is more in terms of certain things which I think will not go out of fashion, whether it is what I did or what my parents did. Some basic things like working hard, being open to ideas, and also being ethical in your dealing and in your practices are very important. So whether it is in my field or in any other field, some of these are fairly important. And I also think that, affinity to numbers is a good thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how do you measure success?
At work, I measure success in terms of happy and satisfied customers. Uh, I think if you have uh, customers who are happy, satisfied with your work, then a lot of it's very a lot of things automatically fall into place. Personally, at least with reference to work, I'd like to go to bed every night thinking I did the best I could in things that relate to my clients and my work. Um and I think if I do that, I think I deem that day and that period to be a successful period.
All right. So, thank you, Amit. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jan. Great to speak to you. Bye bye.
Bye.